It's time to dive beneath the surface and into the minds and hearts of your favorite celebrities and pop culture icons. Welcome to Up and Adam.
Hey guys, what's up? You're watching Up and Adam. My name's Adam Noel. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm the guy bringing you guys the weekly interviews from your favorite celebrities and pop culture influencers. And today's no different. Actually, I'm so excited because I've been trying to score this interview for so long now. And today we're finally getting it. She's one of my favorites from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I'm sure she's one of your favorites too. You guys might know her for Snakegate, Bridezilla, so many things, being the queen, B-I-T-C-H, and yes, I have to spell it because we're on YouTube. So before we jump right in with Yovanna from Real Housewives of Atlanta, make sure you like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and subscribe wherever that button is below. That way you don't miss any of my future interviews or pop culture content. So without further ado, guys, let's jump right in with Yovanna.
Hi, Adam.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. How are you, handsome?
Good. I'm so excited to finally have you on here.
No, you're such a cutie pie. I'm sorry that it has taken forever and a day, but you've been so consistent and persistent. I'm like, you know what? I got to take care of Adam.
Wow. Yovanna, I'm going to keep you around. I'm so excited to have you. You look amazing. Wow. It doesn't look like you're in a pandemic.
Look, that's what my team is for. You know, they make sure I stay alive.
All right. Your hair looks great. You look ready to go. I'm so excited to have you on. And before we start, I just want to say thank you again so much for your time. I know that you're a busy woman, so we appreciate it.
Yes, thank you for having me, Adam.
Oh, thanks. Anybody who's watching this, if they've been living under a rock and they don't know you or they haven't heard your new hit song, can we give them a little bit about your backstory and, you know, where we may have seen you before Real Housewives of Atlanta?
Yeah, so you guys, of course, have seen me on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 11 and 12. And before that, you might have seen me on WeTV's Bridezilla and, of course, TLC Say Yes to the Dress.
And if they didn't know that, you also say that in your song, Queen
what? Bitch.
Queen,
For those who've said that I have never been on TV or never will be on TV again, let me remind you, I've been on TV for a long time, longer than you.
I love that. And you know what's so funny is I swear your song has been the anthem in my house since it's come out. Every morning I wake up and I bob and I go to Starbucks and I'm like, I'm Queen Bitch. I swear I get so into it.
Yes. So I'm glad that you're enjoying it, Adam.
Awesome. All right. And, you know, obviously you're going through the same pandemic as the rest of us. How have you been kind of navigating through that?
Wow. Yeah. The pandemic, unfortunately, has been, a thorn in a lot of people's sides. You know, it's affected millions of Americans across this country. And while unfortunate, you know, I'm the type of person, I always try to find the good in every situation. I try to, be optimistic about it. So, I ask myself, what is God trying to tell us? 5 months into this, it's like, is he trying to tell us to sit down and maybe spend more time doing things that we probably wanted to do, whether that be more time with family or with your business or whatever the case may be? Before this pandemic, for years, I would have friends and family members always say, man, if I only had, more time, if I wasn't down to my 9 to 5, I'd spend more time doing this, or I'd, invest more time in my business or do this. And so I feel like this pandemic, it really can show you the type of person that you are, whether you're a single person or whether you're in a relationship, what are you utilizing your time for? I would say that me and my husband have definitely learned a lot about each other the past 5 months. I've gotten to learn more about how he thinks as a businessman and vice versa. We actually, over the past 4 months, have been learning how to become real estate investors. So I'm like, had this pandemic not happened, would we be doing all of that? So I just think it's important for you, if you're someone out there and you can ask yourself, what have I learned new? Have I picked up a new trade, a new skill set? Have I done anything new? And you haven't, it's never too late, because it doesn't look like we're going to be getting out of this anytime soon. So
I'm just the perfect time.
Yeah, so I'm grateful for the time, because like I said, it's giving me a time to sit with myself, with my thoughts, with my husband, and just be more innovative.
I love that. And you're still here. You haven't made it onto ID's Wives with Knives or Snapped. So that's good.
It's funny you say that. I watch that show a lot. My husband is like, why you always watch that show? I'm like, just in case, just in case.
Yeah. That's it. I look at my fiance Jason, who's in the other room. I'm like, be careful. I've never been on a reality show, but I'm not afraid to make my debut. Okay. So I need you to chill out for a second during this pandemic.
Uh-huh.
With that being said, since you brought up your husband, we don't have any kids right now. Could that be something in the future for us?
You know, the kid thing is a tricky topic, Adam. You know, I'm 36 years old. I feel like I'm in the prime of my life. My career is taking off. Our businesses are flourishing. And, you know, he always says his biological clock is ticking. And I'm always like, my clock ain't started ticking yet. So it's like, it's hard because like I want to appease and make him happy, but then I also want to make sure that I'm happy too. Now, don't get me wrong. I love kids. You know, my nieces and nephews, they come to visit every single summer. This is the first summer I haven't had my nephews and nieces with me. You know, my sister drops them off at the top of the summer. She's like, here's your birth control. At the end of the summer, I'm like, good, take your ass back home. So
That's the best way to do it.
Yeah, I like the fact that I can give them back. So I think, you know, at this stage, it's kind of like, I'm good. But, you know, never say never. You know, the new wave is having kids in your 50s. So hell, who knows? I might at 50 decide to do it.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have said my husband will probably be very upset that I said that. So, but yeah, it is what it is.
Listen, and I feel like the older you get, by the time that you finally get to put out a kid, you get to just put somebody else on the payroll, and then they just take that kid with you. They're right next to you the whole time. So it's okay. It's like a new age of parenting.
That's a good point. Maybe if I get a nanny, it'll be all right.
All right. And then since, you know, obviously we know that you've done a few of these reality shows. I'm curious, what was it like your first time filming reality show? Like your experience being in front of the camera, was that second nature or was that kind of awkward?
Yeah, definitely second nature for me, Adam. I have been doing TV since I was 18 years old when I was in college. But I remember as young as 13, you might be too young to remember this, but back when they had those video recorders that like sat on your shoulder that had like a big like block and it like literally would cover your entire face. I remember my dad first bought that and I was so excited. Like I literally would sit with that in my bedroom mirror and I would record myself, but you couldn't really see my face because it was so massive. So I'd like lean the camera over, almost fall because it was as heavy as. And I remember one day my dad was like, just use a tripod. So once he gave me the tripod and I set it up, literally every day I'm wasting his VHS tapes, interviewing my Barbie dolls, interviewing like my teddy bears and like acting out scenes. And so it's definitely always like been in me to like, you know, entertain and do television. So it's been second nature from the beginning for me.
Oh, I was about to say you're an entertainer. All right. Well, is there something that, you know, obviously you always get the bad with the good or the good with the bad, whatever they say. Is there something that you've found over filming all of these different shows that you really dislike about being a part of reality television?
Well, I would say, you know, it's like a catch-22. And the good part about it is that, you know, people get to kind of somewhat see a little piece of who you are, people that would have never gotten a chance to learn anything about you. But like the downside is that sometimes because it's reality television, they have to tell a story, they have to create a character. It can, you know, paint a picture of someone that you're not 100%, like 100% of who you are. And then, you know, you've got the audience who thinks that you're this one way when you're really not. So like it definitely has its ups and downsides for sure.
Isn't it actually kind of amazing to watch how invested the fans get, especially for, you have to know this first nature, how invested the fans get into your storylines, not even just like the big picture of who you are as a person, but just your storylines depicts who you are.
Absolutely. It's interesting, but you know, I don't mind it because I feel like today's reality TV shows they're like modern day soap operas. I remember how invested my mom was in All My Children, like when she was cussing Susan Lucci out. I'm like, dang, mama, okay. So I could see people on the other end like, Yovanna, that damn bitch, da 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 da. So it's like, I get it. You know, it's meant to entertain and it's doing just that.
I love that. And you said that you did your first TV show when you were 18. What show was that?
Well, it wasn't a TV show. I got into music videos when I was in college, did a couple of music videos, and that's what kind of like made me say, you know what, I don't want to just be seen. I want to be heard. I want to actually talk on camera. And so that's what led me into later on, a couple years later, doing the TV shows that I did.
So I started with my first, when I first moved to Los Angeles, the first job I ever jumped into was an Ariana Grande music video. So music videos, that's where you start. I like that.
Andy, so I can totally believe that, Adam.
Wow. Again, I'm going to keep you around. I know that you have to be super vague with what you share with us, but are there any projects coming up in the future that you're excited about? Any new music or?
Yeah, I definitely have a show that I've been filming for the past few months. Unfortunately, because of the pandemic, we've had to halt production on it, but very soon I'll be able to release more information, tell you the name of the show and all that.
I'm so excited about this.
Yes, a lot of people don't know I'm a trained actress, and so I am auditioning consistently. I have a few projects that are in the works, so keep your fingers crossed. You guys definitely will be seeing a ton of Yovanna in 2020.
We love your song, and like I said, I'm addicted to it. What is the feedback you've been getting on Queen?
Well, I'll say that we've gotten a lot of mixed reviews. People that support me, love me, that are fans, they absolutely love the song. And the people that don't have love for me, that don't support me, obviously wouldn't agree with my fans. So, I mean, that's with anything, right? So I get good, I get bad, I get it all. But I want to be very clear. A lot of people think that I just came up with that song just to come up with it. But that song was in retaliation and response to a lot of interviews, press, YouTube videos, statements to blogs that were made about me. And so I figured, instead of just doing an interview, I'll just put it into a song and have fun with it. And so that song was a response, just to be very clear. And I didn't initiate it. I was provoked. And that's why Queen Bitch was created.
And you were just asking Thelma how she's going to rat out Louise. I get it. I get it.
Right. Like, I got rat out Louise.
All right. And then, Yovanna, I don't want to keep too much of your time. So I do want to kind of get you going. What is one thing that we don't know about you that we don't get to see on cameras?
I would say one thing that people don't know about me is that I am like the ultimate hustler, okay? When I tell you, like, I am a grinder, I 100% believe in putting sweat equity into anything it is that I want. I'm the type of person, if I want it, I'm going to do everything I need to do to get it. Anybody that knows me will tell you 99% of the time, I get what I want. There's nothing in this life that I've ever wanted that I haven't gotten, and I give all of that glory to the man upstairs. I'm a firm believer in people generally, what's the line? Because I say it all the time, it's like my motto. When you're willing to do what most people won't, you end up having things that most people don't. So, like I said, if you believe in yourself and you're willing to put in the sweat equity, the blood, sweat, and tears, then, the sky is the limit. So that is something that a lot of people don't know about me, is that my work ethic and
You're a hustler.
Yeah. Right.
So what do you have to say to people who think that it just comes easy to you then? People who are just like, oh, she's on TV and must be nice to be Yovanna and has the diamonds and the cars, and the people who just think that everything's been handed to you.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't, just fall out of thin air. It's definitely something that you have to put years into. The saying is, if you put a good solid 10 years into something that you're passionate about, you're bound to be successful at it. And you can't have a plan A, B, C, and D, but you have to focus on the A. Once you've perfected the A and you're making tons of money and you're successful at it, then you can move on to the B. So I would just say, if you want it bad enough, you're going to work your ass off for it. And then when you do get it, you'll appreciate it more, So.
And that's true focus. And you see so many people who come out here and they're like swinging at so many different jobs and career paths and everything. And they spread themselves so thin as opposed to just focusing on the A. I really love that you said that.
Absolutely. Yep.
All right. And then I guess my last question for you, but I did ask a few fans, if they had any questions. So I'm gonna ask you them. I only got 5, and I made sure that they're monitored, I promise. But before we jump into them, to wrap this up, what are you looking forward to most in the future when this pandemic is over?
Well, my husband and I are in the process of buying our dream home, Momplaisir Manor.
Wow.
Extremely hard for a very long time. So it's so exciting to see it come to fruition. And so in the next couple months, will be sharing our journey with us building our home from the ground up.
Oh, that's going to be so much fun. I was going to ask you, are you building it or are you buying it? So it's going to be all your personal touches.
And see, at first we were just going to buy, but then we ended up looking into it. And then when I found out that it was going to take like 6 months to a year, I was like, oh, I can't wait that long. And my hubby's like, but you know, it's going to be ours. You know, we personally handpick everything. So I'm willing to wait for it. So it may take a little bit longer if I were just to go out there and get it, but I'm willing to do it. Right? Momplaisir Manor can't just be any old house, right?
No, this is going to be stunning. And it also, what I'm having a brain fart now too.
Okay. I don't have brain farts. So this is the first time I've ever had a brain fart.
What is the, and I think I'm allowed to bring this up. Sheree, what did she call her house on Real Housewives of Atlanta?
Oh, Chateau Sheree?
Chateau Sheree. That's all I was going to say is hopefully if that it takes 6 to 8 months and it doesn't take 6 to 8 years like Chateau Sheree.
It definitely won't take no 6 to 8 years. By my birthday at the latest, okay?
You're going to be on top of it.
Yes. Yes. Long time coming.
All right. Well, we're excited to see it. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and dive into these 5 fan questions. And like I said, I made sure they're monitored. So if there's anything that you don't want to answer, please, by all means, just block me off.
But if I don't want to answer, I'll take a sip.
All right. All right. That's fair. All right. So I have Jason from Los Angeles, and Jason wants to know, what is your favorite pastime?
My favorite pastime? Pastime is something you did in the past?
No, I think it's like something that you just do like during the day, like for fun when you have free time to yourself.
Oh. I'm glad Look, I sometimes have blonde moments, okay? Hint, blonde.
No, I love that. At least you picked the right color for the hair. I love it.
Thank you. Shout out to BYOB for the hair. Yes, so my favorite, I love to travel, Adam. I love to travel. Any chance I get, I'm hopping on a plane somewhere. I've already been, I was in Miami, 2 months ago. I was in Cabo 2 weeks ago, and I'm getting on a plane in less than 24 hours. Oh, goodness gracious, my husband calling me. I hope that didn't mess it up.
Hey, no, you're okay.
Yeah, I'm getting on a plane in less than 24 hours to jet set somewhere else. So that's what I do. I like to travel.
You're a busy woman. Hey, listen, if you ever need a travel buddy or somebody to grab your luggage for you, if the manager who's with you right now doesn't want to join, I will come with you.
I'm glad to know that because I have a lot of friends when I'm ready to just up and go, they just can't always make it happen. So Adam, I'm gonna put you on speed dial.
No, they're lame. I'm not like that. I'm always down for a good time. Those other friends, they're not there for you like that. You need to get new friends. That's your problem. We need to get you new friends.
Yes.
All right. And then this was the only question on here that I was a little iffy about, but I had a question from Claire from Nevada, and she said, if the circumstances were right and you were asked to ever pursue a full-time role with Bravo, if you were ever asked to do that, is that something you can answer? Would you ever come on full-time?
I never say never.
Okay. Okay. That's a good answer. You didn't take a sip.
There you go. Yeah.
All right. All right. And then we have Cheryl from Florida. And Cheryl wants to know, what is your favorite TV show right now that you're watching?
My favorite TV show? I actually love Marriage Boot Camp.
Yeah?
I love it. Yes, I love it. Yeah.
Marriage Boot Camp. You like the drama in this stuff.
Well, it's hearing different couples' situations, what they go through, I can relate to a lot of it in my own relationship. So it's good to kind of hear that I ain't the only one with the problems that I have,
See, I don't know how that affects you. I feel like if I watch a movie, I used to watch Mob Wives all the time when that used to be a thing. And I would, as soon as the episode was over, I would look at my fiance or whoever next to me and I'm like, I'll rip your throat out. It just affects me. It makes me want to get more into it and more aggressive. So it's good to know that you're it makes you want to think about things and you feel like you can resonate.
Yeah. No, not for the drama. I really love when the judge comes in and she's really giving it to him. It's therapeutic. It's a great show. If you haven't watched it, watch it. Look at me giving them play.
All right. And then we have John from Nebraska. John from Nebraska wants to know, how long have you and your husband been together?
We've been together since 2008, so almost 13 years, and we've been married 7 of those 13.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. And then we have Jess from New Mexico. And Jess from New Mexico wants to know, who is your favorite all-time housewife from any of the cities? Do you have one?
Who is my favorite all-time housewife from any of the, well, I just started watching it when I got on, so I never watched it before that. I would say Eva Marcel.
Yeah?
Yeah, she's my homegirl. So out of anyone, that I've grown to like actually like and have genuine love for, like genuine, I'd say it'd be her.
I would say, I didn't say a former housewife, but then that would be shady.
Oh.
No,
Yeah,
no.
But that was her decision.
No.
I'll put that.
Well, Yovanna, I want to thank you so much. And thank you. I'm glad you got to enjoy your margarita while we were having this interview. You were so much fun, and you totally lived up to my expectations of having this interview. I've been so excited about this.
Great. And I'm so glad we could finally connect and do this, Adam. You're awesome. And sorry once again that, it took so long. But hey, anytime, I'm here.
No, you look amazing. You look fabulous. Go Jet Set, and we'll be watching you. We're excited.
Okay. Thanks, Adam.
All right. Bye, Yovanna.
Okay, bye.
Thanks for watching Up and Adam.